Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Factorio sending supporters to space. And I'm very excited. You'll see over to the left here something that looks kind of new, and I've actually done quite a lot of work since last episode. And I wanted to give a big thank you to Hopewell and Phoenix. They both came in for about 2 hours tonight and helped me with this. Otherwise, I would definitely not be this far along. But I think you guys will be really excited about this because we are actually super close. So you'll notice no module base. We tore down the whole module base. I hope you don't mind not seeing that. I will show tearing down the starter base here once we do that, so I will do that. Don't worry about that. The module base was nothing special like the tearing down process. It was actually pretty monotonous, like dumping stuff in chests, transferring it through. It was not very entertaining, but they helped me tear that down. The copper smelter I built by myself earlier today. It is 100% done aside from the modules, which we do have. I just haven't put the modules in, but that's the easy part. Everything else is done. So we have copper smelter, iron smelter, and steel smelter here. And you'll notice these builds are quite different. They actually remind me of some sort of like ship from Star Wars or something. I don't know. But I'm going to walk you over here. And then the plan for today is actually to prepare an area for some very large-scale nuclear power, because we will need that, and this little dinky thing over here will not suffice. But I've done 2 of these. Now, we actually need 8 of these total. We need 4 on one side and 4 on the other. They are longer than they are tall by quite a lot. You can see the comparison here. They're actually quite huge compared to these. However, mirroring, we would have finished this probably, except that mirroring them is actually going to be quite a large pain, like it was with the iron smelters and the copper smelters. Mirroring them was an absolute nightmare, even with foremen. So I'm not going to do that. There's actually no huge rush for this, because my plan, just let me very quickly discuss this with you, and then we'll actually go do something. The plan is we have iron done, we have copper done, and we have 2 steel things done. And this is why I got 2 of these done. Combined, these 2 can do about 12,000 steel a minute. With all 8 of them, we'll be doing about 48,000 steel a minute, and we need about 44,000 to actually run the whole base, the whole mega base. But I'm going to start with 2 of these, because the plan is, now that we have these done, I would like to place down Mojo's Make Everything. He has a new version, and I'm actually going to get him in here as a guest once we do that. He's offered to come in and kind of explain it a little bit and help me place it together and stuff. But we can place that because it's going to make materials a lot faster than the starter base will. And it's going to be a permanent fixture is the other thing. The starter base is not going to be permanent, so the longer it's here, the kind of more in the way it gets. But anyway, now that these are like done, we can turn on, like, not all of them because that's insane overkill for the Make Everything, but we can turn on a couple of each, and then like the 2 steel smelters will be more than enough. And we can just feed those into the Make Everything and just have that chugging away while we finish building the steel smelter and stuff, building us all the materials, and it will build it way faster itself and with the supply of these mega smelters, opposed to the little teeny starter base we have here. So that's the plan. I actually really like this. You can kind of get an idea, if you just get these out of the, just imagine these aren't here, an idea of what this looks like, and I'm really happy with this. This is looking amazing. So I've spaced it. You can see we landfilled here. I spaced this to make sure it is the same space away, like left to right, as this is from this one. Disregard this rail, which will be gone. It's also lined up on the bottom here like this. The space of like how far up this is compared to this one is the same. There's a bigger distance because this only needs 2 sets of switcheroos on each side, opposed to the 3 that this one needs. So that's why the space looks bigger, but it is lined up here as well. And there you go. So that's kind of what things are going to look like. Same concept. And we are on 15.28. The stations now display at 45-degree angles, which at first I thought would be really great, but it's actually maybe not as great as I thought. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but there's still some issues with it. I'm not really sure how they can solve that. But yeah, there you go. So there's that. Of course, we will have to build out some main lines and get some outposts, but that will probably be some stream work and stuff. But anyway, I'm very excited because we are super close. We got a ton done tonight, thanks to those guys' help. This otherwise would have taken me several days, probably. So, Hopewell's left his stuff here. Phoenix, I think, left his in the base. We need to remember that this stuff is here. That is an insanely expensive helicopter. Wow, that's actually like... That's like all of our modules. I don't really know why he brought so many modules We need to remember that's there. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to base, and I want to prepare an area for nuclear. And the reason I'm doing this on camera is because... Oh, also, let me show you these. So these are the steel smelters. They each do 6K a minute, and that may seem really low for the size, but that's because we're doing a direct insertion thing where we bring the iron ore in, and it's kind of like what I showed with the gears, is that we bring the ore in, the bots deliver ore to this stuff, to these guys, and then these direct insert, and we're actually using wooden boxes here, through into these steel smelters. Well, they will be steel, and then they output into here. So that's why it's so big, because it's essentially the iron combined with the steel smelting in one, opposed to like our 0.15 sim. If you remember, we created the steel plate or the iron plate in one area and then had a train bring that to a steel smelter. This is all combined into one. So this is why it's so big, but I think it's really cool looking. This was built by Can, so tons of credit to him as always. And I know people have commented it, like, I feel like I need to explain this again because people seem to just keep commenting about it. People keep saying, like, you know, Xterminator, doesn't this defeat the purpose of the series? You're supposed to be building stuff like new and coming up with your own designs, and then you just paste in designs other people made. Well, here's the thing. I don't have unlimited time. If I did, I would make all my own designs, but I don't. And these guys have been kind enough to help me out. We discuss all this, you know, he presents a design and we look at it and we give critiques and suggestions and stuff. So it's kind of a group effort. I just don't have time to design every single thing myself and record episodes and everything else. So like once we get to the science builds and stuff, those I'm going to be designing on my own. But these like massive smelter blocks that need to be the most optimized thing in the base because there's so many of them, I just don't have time to design them. I don't. So, you know, those guys help design them. It is what it is. You know, if you don't like it, then I guess just too bad. So anyway, what we're going to do is I'd like to take some landfill, which we do have somewhere. There's like so many helicopters spread around this base. It's a little bit ridiculous. Thought there was some landfill up here for some reason. Do I have any in here, perhaps? I do have a bit. We actually won't need that much. What we're going to do is landfill in this lake. Not landfill in the whole thing, but landfill it in a way to where we can put nuclear there, because here's actually the plan. We're going to have our nuclear here, and this was an idea Hopewell had when we were landfilling this lake, which I think is actually ingenious. It would be super cool. We're actually going to put oil processing over here. We're going to put oil processing in the middle of this lake. It's going to have its own island, and the only access to it is going to be through the railway that delivers and exports things out of it. So there's going to be a big oil base in the middle of this lake, I think. We could do it down here and stuff, but it's kind of like, it's going to be where all the ore lanes are routed, which is going to be kind of weird. So over here, I think is better, which is going to be really, really awesome. So super excited about that, but we do need to landfill this. So how this works, and I actually kind of have a picture on my other monitor here because I've never actually done this on my own before, like built out. This is such a mess. Just close your eyes when I walk through here, okay? It's fine. Just close your eyes, it's not here. I've never actually done this. Holy hell, I almost just walked straight into that. There's so many close calls in this map. I know you guys are really mad at me that I haven't died yet. But anyway, there's like a way you can do this where you landfill it, so there's little strips of water to put pumps, and then you can just like infinitely line up the reactors and stuff. And I'm trying to find a center here so we can build the turbines out. And this actually looks like an extremely good area, like right in here. So if I'm looking, it's a bit hard to tell from a picture, to be honest with you. We actually need to landfill a very large part of this. I could put it in the middle of the lake. If I wanted to make it easier on myself, I'd bring it closer to the edge, but we actually do have a ton of landfill. So what we're gonna do is we essentially need room. Let me expand this out. I know this is wasteful, but I need this expanded out just to be able to tell what's actually going on here. If we just look at a a reactor, this thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's 5 by 5, and then we need room for the inserters and chests that way. So that would be 5, 10. You'll see what I mean when I'm counting, because we need them double stacked like this. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 5 and 5 is so 10, 14 essentially landfilled in here. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, theoretically. So that was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so there we go. So there's that. So this, we kind of just landfill out this way, and this will not be enough, but we do have a ton of landfill elsewhere. So I know landfilling isn't the most entertaining, but I feel like the process of this will maybe kind of help people understand some of this nuclear like setting up a bit better, instead of me just doing it off camera and just being like, okay, I just did this entirely new nuclear build, here you go, hope you get it. So there we go. So this is what this needs to be like, and we don't have to go super far with this quite yet, because since we are going to use the 4 times thing, we can fit quite a lot reactors. Well, maybe like only I want to go a little farther than this actually. So you do that, and this is where you have to be really careful, because if you mess this up, you don't have water fill. We don't have water fill here in Factorio Vanilla. So if you mess this up, you're in a bit of trouble. And then it looks like we have, I can't actually tell. That would be like 1, 2. So it looks like we need to leave a little space. What you don't want to do is not leave any space. I think like that you could actually potentially come in one more, I think. Not like that. Okay, that's the minimum. If you go in one more, it's actually going to landfill like the whole thing. Because what this is for, right, is so your reactors go here, and then the heat exchangers and turbines extend out onto down this way and up this way. This all will be landfilled. But you leave this gap of water here because this allows you to put your pumps. If I can find the pump I just made, this allows you to put your pumps like this. Now, of course, we do need some landfill going vertically as well to run the heat pipes. We obviously do have to run the heat pipes across here. So that is pretty important. May actually want to run this. Shit. Should not have done that. Well, we're going to have to line up so heat pipes don't cross here then. Oh, jeez. This is what I mean. You got to be careful. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. Otherwise, you have an oopsie. So we're going to have to just make sure that some heat pipe runs across there. Oh dear. Well, that's actually fine. We can kind of start from there then, because the heat pipes... I'm looking at a setup from the Mad Science thing, because like I said, I've never done this before, so I didn't have it memorized. It looks like the heat pipes pulled off of like every 3 reactors. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that heat pipes go here. So if I actually make a couple of these guys just for marking purposes. Now, this actually landfilled slightly too much, but it's fine. Oh, that's wonderful looking. Oh, you dingbat. Okay, so... Well, anyway, they would hook up there, which means that we want 3 reactors here and then another set of heat pipes. So we can actually go start setting up this nuclear. Trust me, I planned on it being more than landfill. We are going to set up some stuff. Unfortunately, this stuff is pretty much trash. We could use it, but it's so insignificant power-wise that it's just like... It's literally almost to the point where it's a waste of space to use it. I may like throw in very temporarily some sort of recycling mod to recycle the parts to like make it into other the more advanced reactors, or just have hope maybe make it so that the advanced reactors can take those or something, because otherwise they're just completely wasted for the most part. And well, that's not great. Not jeez. Here comes the swarm. Okay, so what we want to do is turn off these inserters because I do not want more of these at the moment. Because I'm going to yoink that, yoink these. Well, he's going to do concrete, that's fine. This thing's busy making like a bajillion beacons. That's where all of our red circuits are going. And I'm going to, again, turn these guys off just temporarily because I want all resources possible to be funneled into the other stuff. We have a lot of stuff here, so I actually don't need like a bajillion roboports. Oh, that's some wire. Probably didn't need that either, but don't need a ton of trains either. Don't need all these inserters at the moment either. Okay, so let's just take like some of those, some of those. The heat pipes are going to be interesting. You're going to need quite a few heat pipes for this, actually. Like all of them. Essentially just all of them. Okay, so we got that. What else did we need? We got that, we got that. Boom, boom, boom. Landfill, that's what I wanted. We had to expand storage. We're making some wooden boxes because that's what we're using in the steel smelters. And Phoenix set up some sort of wood burning area. Here it is. So this is a really cool idea. Is he's just using this to burn the wood. These burn wood actually insanely quick. And I had like 70,000 wood in here. It's actually a little bit insane. A little bit, actually like a lot insane. I may need to actually expand that because there's not really like to get it out of the system. I'd have to request it somewhere and then just like nuke where it was requested. But that is so much bot moving stuff. I'd rather just burn it. I can't really think of much of a better way to do it, honestly. Did you hear that? Does it make a noise when it flies over stuff? Or is it just those things? Okay, it's just the turbines. I was like, what the hell is that noise? Alright, let's, so what we need to do is, let me place these advanced heat pipes here and actually do this correctly. Okay, so the reactors are easy to move around, essentially. So these, so we need room for, so that. I'm actually trying to figure out how the hell I could place these like here on the water, but it's a little bit iffy doing it that way. So I'm just doing this for the spacing of the reactor. Okay, so this one would like be here, and then the other one would go like here, I believe. Yeah, so that's where that one would go, and then this goes like 3 down and then 3 the other way. So we're gonna do this, and actually with our power is essentially off. We're running like absolutely nothing. Do I have infinite reach? Can I seriously do that? Since when can I click on a power pole from like this far away? That's interesting. So this goes like that, and then these go over here, and if I got my spacing right, this would go here, and yeah, that should work, right? Right? Okay. And these actually these need to be probably active providers. Damn it. Is that a change that you can click on power poles from that far away, or am I just nuts? Because I obviously can't click other stuff that far away, like these things. We really don't need stack inserters for this. I suppose it wouldn't hurt. And then these will just do that, and these guys go like so. And then we'll just kind of copy it along this way. And the heat pipes, since the reactors all transfer heat between each other, right? The heat pipes don't need to come out from every single reactor. That's why connecting it here and then to the ones the other way work, because all these are like transferring heat in between each other, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over to our other nuclear build with the advanced stuff, and I'm going to grab the parts from there, because like I said, power is pretty much off. All we're running on is at this point is our main base, which is like nowhere near maxed out. I mean, this thing alone could do like 400 megawatts. The reason we had to expand the power so much was from our module base, which, I mean, previously, obviously, from the module base, which obviously is no longer in existence. So, power-wise, we're in tip-top shape. And this episode might be, the last couple were a little bit long. I didn't see any complaints. I haven't read through all the comments yet. Yeah, they've gone a little bit long because I did want to try to actually get as much done as possible. I'm running past the whole damn thing as I'm getting distracted here. It's a little bit late. So, this shouldn't break anything. I'm going to yoink these fuel cells, though. Promise you that much. Great, that's fantastic. Thanks, game. Could you just, like, not do that? Oh, these are like the... Did I get a ton of the depleted crap? Well, those can just... We'll move those, that's fine. It's fine. Those can stay there. So yeah, power, again, is still totally fine. Those are actually still running on a little bit of momentum. It's because they're not really being used. I just wanted these reactors so we can finish placing our little grid there. I will need quite a few pumps. I could be getting those on the craft here. And this should allow for plenty of room expanding out into the lake. And then we'll just landfill to each side for all the turbines and stuff. It's just, you do this into the lake because it allows you to do the pumps pretty easily. So these guys like that. These guys, whoop, not there. There, and there, and there. And then here, there, and there. And then that's how that would go. And then this one would place here. So I mean, all these reactors are in a row, but the difference, I think, are they in a row? Yeah, the difference is, so then the next heat pipe thingamabob, if we have like 1, 2, 3, trying to think if that's even going to line up. This may actually have to be our start right here. Oh, we actually have, there we go. So then the next set of heat pipes would be like, I'm trying to actually visualize how the hell, the next set would be like right here, I believe. So top, I'm just like referring to my picture here. Like that, and then 3, and then 1. Okay, so then the next bit of landfill needs to be right here. Somehow. And I just need to make sure I don't do too much. This is gonna... So yeah, it's a little bit wonky. The pipes kind of go into the water. This one, unfortunately, I think was a bit too much. But I'm not entirely sure on that. So that's that way. And then these would obviously just mirror out the other direction. We would build our turbines that way. So with that in mind, this one, I'm going to landfill this out. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. So I don't want there. Is that too much? Can't actually tell. I can't tell if that's as much as I did here. I don't think it is. If I go in one more, let's do it like... That's more like it. So I was like, here. Oh no! Leave my stuff alone, you horrible monsters! Swear to God, what are they attacking? Oh, that's really not that important. Just run over this way. Come on, bud. Just hang a right. You're fine. You stupid bug. There we go. Ish. That was actually wrong. So I may have to get I have to get a little creative with how my pumps line up with the other stuff, but essentially this is what it would look like. Because this one actually needed to be is not quite right. It's what the problem was. Did he actually die? Did he actually run into the stuff like I wanted him to? Well, he killed the radar. There's that. Okay, so then we just landfill out this area. We obviously don't need water past this, so just as long as I don't landfill in to the other area. Oh yeah, it's gonna take a ton of landfill. Good thing I have like multiple boxes of it. So there we go. So those come out, and then they do actually need to cross over to each other, it looks like, based on what these other guys have done. So I'm just gonna do something like that. And then these would continue on that way. And then it would kind of put the pumps like in here, and then you just need enough for the underground, which we do in fact have. And the underground would come, this is not necessarily where this pump is gonna go, but just for demonstration, this would just go straight under to conserve pipe, and then the boiler or the heat exchangers would be right here. And they would send the steam down the middle, like so. Although, actually using some sort of weaving system, which is a bit odd. I don't think I'm going to follow that. And there you go. So I think I'm going to end this episode here, guys. This is kind of what it would look like. We'd extend these out and then put the turbines on the end once I get more landfill. It would do the same out this way, but this way it's kind of prepared. We know what we're doing here, because that was the next step. We needed this power to even turn on really any of these smelters, because the power consumption is pretty ridiculous. But these, 8 of these should provide a ton of power when it's all said and done. So I will have to ratio this all out, but that shouldn't be too difficult. I think that's going to do it, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We are really, really making progress now. I know I said this the last couple episodes, but like, we are super making progress. It's literally just a matter of doing the power. And then honestly, we could probably start deconstructing the starter base at that point. Because the make everything would take over from there. So we're really that close. Anyway, if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like. I'd like to hear your thoughts down in the comments as always. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.